And in this edition, the torch for the Winter University Games is lit by Pope Francis and is carried to the FISU headquarters. We meet the Canadian snowboarder Audrey McManiman and the German ski jumper Pascal Bodmer, two University Games rookies. We'll look at speed skating with the former Universiade and Olympic champion Enrico Fabris. And Brazil and Krasnoyarsk are chosen to host the University Games in 2019, plus city events in Lausanne, all coming up in campus. A unique occasion in the Vatican City. For the world of sport in general, and for the University Games in particular. Behind St. Peter's Square, where thousands of people traditionally attend the papal mass, a delegation is waiting for Francis I. For the first time in history, the Pope would light the torch of an international sports event. It marked the launch of the 26th Winter University Games that'll take place in Trentino from December the 11th to the 21st. Trento was the theatre of major reforms in the church in the 16th century.
È stata un'idea che ho avuto a luglio di quest'anno. Immediatamente ho chiesto all'arcivescovo se mi dava una mano a contattare il Papa.
It's an idea that I had in July, so I asked the Archbishop of Trento to give us a hand to get in touch with the Pope. Well, the Pope accepted at once, and as you could see, he was enthusiastic to light the flame before Mass. I actually invited the Pope to Trento. Well, I don't suppose he can come, but he did answer me with a question, and he even made a joke about it. To come to Trento for a new council, he quipped, because Trento is known to be the city of the council.
È stata la città del Concilio, è conosciuta come città del Concilio.
The Pope, together with the president of FISU, the International Federation of University Sports, Claude Louis Gallien.
I
believe that in reality it's a signal sent to young people, and in particular to young people who are academics, students and sportsmen and women. These young people are the leaders of tomorrow, and I believe that the symbol of the torch is to help us to make a better world, a world where everybody will have his place. To help make us understand that we are not in competition against others, but with oneself and with the others. So the torch relay of the 26th Winter Universiade began its journey from St. Peter's Square. And for its first torch bearers, it was a day to remember. Well, I was very touched yesterday when I arrived, and even more touched today as the Pope lit the torch. It was an unforgettable moment. When they gave me the opportunity to be the first relay runner, of course I accepted it at once because I know it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As soon as we took hold of the torch, we began walking. Then, as the first torchbearer, I began running. And we came up to here. And now, let's hope the flame will remain lit all the way to Trento. The relay was scheduled to take the torch through Italy, connecting all the big universities of the country. But it also passed by Lausanne in Switzerland and the headquarters of the International Federation of University Sports. It'll finally arrive in Trento for the University Games on December the 11th. Now across the Atlantic Ocean to meet one of our campus team athletes who'll be taking part in the upcoming Winter Universiade. She's studying human kinetics at Quebec University. Last year, she was a gold medalist of the Youth Olympic Games and has big hopes for Trentino. Hello, I'm Audrey McManiman. I'm 18 years of age. I'm a student athlete in the snowboard, halfpipe and slopestyle. Audrey discovered snowboarding as a 10-year-old when her parents offered her a one-week trial.
J'habite près de la région de
I live in the
Montréal.
Montreal region. I come from a family of 4 kids. My parents are dairy producers. I live in the country, and I wanted to do a different sport. In snowboarding and in slopestyle, there aren't a lot of girls, so I thought it was a way of distinguishing myself. I felt my potential for it.
J'ai tout de suite ressenti un potentiel dans ce sport-là. J'ai tombé sur quelque chose que peu de gens, je pense,
I fell in love with it
dans leur
in a
vie.
way that few people can experience in their
ça
life.
amène ma
It's
vie de
driving
A à
my life
Z,
from A to Z. It's
puis
guiding me.
ça
It's
me
my alarm
guide,
clock in the
c'est mon
morning.
réveil
It's
matin,
allowed me
si
to
je
meet
peux dire.
extraordinary people
Je
traveling
rencontre
through
des gens
countries that a lot of
extraordinaires.
people can never visit.
Je visite
And I
dans
think
des
I'm
pays
a
que
privileged
beaucoup
person.
pourront jamais visiter. Fait que je me sens très, très privilégiée. J'étudie au Cégep Garneau.
I study at
en réadaptation
Cégep Garneau
physique.
in
C'est
human
un domaine
kinetics,
qui m'intéresse beaucoup.
and I'm very interested in it. It's very close to sport. I give a lot of time to study. My academic marks are very important for me, and I think the two can work successfully together.
La réussite des deux peut cohabiter ensemble. Je me lève autour de 6h30.
I wake up around 6:30 in the morning to start my classes at 8. Then I go to the library to finish my homework or teamwork.
Après ça, je fais des cours pendant la journée. C'est sûr qu'après, par la suite, je vais à la bibliothèque étudier ou faire des travaux d'équipe. Tout ce que j'entreprends, je le finis.
I complete everything that I begin, and I do the best that I can. For sure, I'll finish my studies. I'll become a graduate. And that mental strength comes from sport.
Une mentalité qui m'est venue du sport. Parfois, je dois faire des sacrifices.
I have to make sacrifices. I restrict my leisure for study or training. But in fact, you know, I love training so much, and that really makes up for it.
J'aime beaucoup m'entraîner, fait que ça comble un peu mes besoins.
Audrey's had to fight for her success. Last year, before the Youth Olympic Games in Innsbruck, she had a knee operation, but she went on to take first place in slopestyle.
Monter sur le podium, ça a été.
To climb up onto the podium was incredible. It was hard to believe. I really wanted to
J'ai
cry.
vraiment de la misère à
My parents had come to
réaliser.
Austria to see me. They were right there in front of me, and I was on the podium with the Canadian flag.
Mes parents étaient venus en Autriche me voir, ils étaient en face de moi, puis moi j'étais sur le
It was a
podium.
dream that I
Fait que
never
le drapeau
believed
canadien,
I'd be able to
C'était
achieve.
vraiment un rêve que je pensais jamais qu'il se réaliserait. Là.
She had been a half-pipe specialist, but she had the opportunity to try out slopestyle, and she took to it instantly.
Pour mes premières universiades,
My first Universiade will be a lovely experience. I'm dying to do it. It'll take place in Italy, and I don't know that country. I like the games atmosphere so much. The closing and opening ceremonies, the garments, the clothes of the different countries, discovering other cultures. I'll go to Trentino with the spirit of having fun to really live the experience, because I'm aware that I'm very lucky. How many people would like to be in my place?
Alors voilà, vous en savez
So
un
I
peu
hope
plus
you've
sur
learned a
moi.
little
Je
bit
vous dis à
about me.
bientôt à Trentino.
I'll see you in
Je fais
Trentino.
partie de l'équipe canadienne de snowboard.
Yes, we'll catch up with Audrey again at Monte Bondoni for her competition as part of the Canadian snowboarding team. We're following some of the athletes on the way to the University Games, and one of them is a fan of sports cars. He loves speed, but he has an even greater passion. Pascal Bodmer just loves to fly. To fly, I think it's really something that we humans dream of doing. It's incredible that I can do it, that feeling of flying when you're in the air. Pascal started competing in ski jumping at the age of 11. He made his World Cup debut in 2007 and immediately picked up his first World Cup points. In 2008, he was a member of the junior German team that took the world title at Zakopane. And a year later, he notched up top 10 finishes at the Four Hills tournaments. I saw myself already at the top, but the following winter, I had difficulty finding my form. But I battled hard and eventually achieved good results, top positions again. Then, the decline started with my bad crash at Planica, and it's been really hard for me to overcome it.
In 2011 hatte ich dann einen schwereren Sturz in Planica und seitdem tue ich mir ziemlich schwer.
It was in 2011 he was training for the ski flying event at Planica when he lost control and crashed badly onto the hill. He injured his left shoulder. Pascal needed time to get over the accident mentally.
Ja, Angst.
Yeah, the fear during ski jumping, I could overcome that, but it's really hard work to face it and come back. I succeeded though, and last year and last summer I had good results. I was producing good jumps once again. Since Planica, Pascal's sole aim has been to be as good as he was before the crash. The 23-year-old German is practicing hard because he knows he has further to improve. He has very good athletic skills, but he still has some weaknesses during his jump on the hill, and we're working on that aspect. We're working on it in order to improve his jumps and stop those faults of his. The incident at Planica made him think about life after ski jumping. Pascal Bodmer realized that a sports career can finish suddenly. So he became a student of engineering economics. One day I realized that something was missing in my life. I wanted to have another challenge, another goal. And studying really is perfect for me. I have a good balance between sport and intellectual effort. The University of Furtwangen is known for its special treatment of top athletes. Athletes who combine competitions and exams have to put in the same effort as their colleagues, but they can, for example, write an exam later without being penalized. I know him as a very nice, motivated student. He makes a lot of effort to be able to face this double challenge. And the way he showed me how hard he's working means I have no doubts about his capacity to be able to perform at a high level, both in sport and in his studies. Pascal Bodmer's goal in sport this season is to be on top form for the upcoming Winter Universiade. It's the first time for him, but he doesn't want to put too much pressure on himself.
I
haven't thought about it a lot. You know, it depends on which athletes will start, which athletes will be there. But a medal is possible, that's for sure. Pascal Bodmer has been fighting hard for 2 years to excel in his studies and in his sport. The German ski jumper wants to prove that the trauma of Planica is over. He wants to stand on the top of the podium once again. After the break, one of our FISU heroes, the Italian speed skater Enrico Fabris, 2 times the Universiade winner and the Olympic champion of 2006.
Times he hurt me, treated me wrong. Something had to give to stop this thing going on.
You touch, it tells. T-Touch 2 Diamonds. Tactile technology. Tissot.
Often, athletes think about all the efforts that we've made, especially when we've had a good result or when we've won. Meet a FISU hero and a Universiade legend. Enrico Fabris is the biggest name in speed skating that the Winter University Games has ever seen.
Quando ho vinto ho
I personally, when I won, I immediately felt justified in all that I'd done in order to arrive at that moment. The hard moments, the difficulties, the moments of tension with my teammates, because of fatigue or stress, all those moments of loneliness when we have to train alone. Enrico took the world by storm in 2006 at the Turin Olympics. He created a sensation by picking up 2 gold medals and a bronze. It was a first for Italy. A big surprise, but the performances did not come out of the blue. The first time, it was during the season of 2004-2005 for the Winter University Games at Innsbruck, because it wasn't far from home, and I had the opportunity of taking part because I was a student. It was an ideal opportunity to take part in a new event as well, one that I wasn't sure of taking part in again in the future. At Innsbruck, Enrico Fabrice won his first 2 gold medals in the 1,500 and the 5,000 meters, plus a bronze in the 10,000. The Winter Universiade of 2005 gave me a lot of personal motivation to approach the Turin Olympics as the ultimate objective.
Vedere le Olimpiadi di Torino come l'obiettivo ultimo e più importante.
That was a bridge towards the Olympic Games, but it also motivated me and gave the necessary inspiration to run up to the Winter Universiade of the next year.
Il carburante anche per le Olimpiadi dell'anno dopo.
The Universiade of 2007, the same ice rink, but this time Enrico turned up as Olympic champion. I have to say that everybody looked at me respectfully, and they were conscious of my abilities, and that, gave me a lot of confidence.
Non ha fatto altro che darmi sicurezza di me.
3 races, the 1,000 meters, the 1,500 and the team event, and 3 gold medals, each one close to a world record. During the Universiade in Turin in 2007, I enjoyed one of the best periods of my career, and I produced exceptional times. It was particularly rewarding in the 1,000 meters because I still skated with the enthusiasm of the previous year. To reach the podium of the Winter Universiade, it's necessary to be a really top athlete, because more and more athletes who take part in the World Cup circuits use their spare time to study.
Atleti che fanno parte del circuito di Coppa del Mondo utilizzano il loro tempo anche per studiare.
That's precisely the beautiful and exclusive side of the University Games. It's what makes them unique. It's because all the athletes who are there to give the best of themselves and behave as professionals are also students. And thus you know that you do your skating and you return to your room to study because you have an examination the following month. There's no question that gives something extra to the Universiades. It gives more maturity and taste to the efforts of the athletes, who are not only athletes. To be a Universiade athlete means also being a student. At the age of 19, Enrico was interested in environmental studies before turning his attention to physiotherapy.
Questo mi è stato regalato.
They offered it to me because it seemed useful to study anatomy and the muscular movements when I studied at the University of Physiotherapy.
Muscoli quando studiavo in facoltà di fisioterapia e quindi l'ho utilizzato per analizzare i vari movimenti per capire meglio
I've used it to analyze the various movements of the body and to understand better the dynamics of the human body. Enrico retired 2 years ago, but had he thought of coming back for the Games in Trento? To take part again as an athlete? Candidly, I've never really thought of it, because I don't feel like beginning a high-level career again with all that effort and all those sacrifices that it entails. Nevertheless, with the approach of Trento, he can feel the itch of competition coming back to him. There's no question that the Winter University Games are a really unique event. They're a small version of the Olympic Games. There's all the atmosphere to find the necessary motivation to try to take part in the Universiades, because they take place in such a magnificent place as Trentino, in Italy.
Come Trentino e come l'Italia.
Here, 1 hour's drive away from Trento, having fun on a track close to his home, is the most successful speed skater ever at the University Games. The man with 5 gold medals, Enrico Fabrice. You're watching Campus, and after the break, the city's chosen to host the Winter and Summer Universiades of 2019 and city events launched by FISU in Lausanne.
When education meets sport and culture. What best promotes excellence in mind and body? Where do friendship, integrity, and achievement meet? Which event gathers the best student athletes from around the world? The Universiade, the home of international university sports. Today's stars, tomorrow's leaders.
Times you hurt me, treated me wrong. Something had to give to stop this thing going on.
You touch, it tells. T-Touch 2 Diamonds. Tactile technology. Tissot.
One of the prime purposes of FISU's November Executive Committee meeting was the final selection of the host cities for the 2019 Universiades. Brasilia will organize the Summer University Games, while the 29th Winter Universiade goes to Krasnoyarsk in Russia. So what persuaded FISU to choose the Siberian region?
Well,
first of all, it's the enthusiasm of its inhabitants, of the city, the high number of students, and it's also the policies conducted in Russia, and especially in this region, which is far away, to develop university sports in having the idea of the importance of education and sport. This, of course, in a country where young people have some difficulties sometimes. I think it's a really good idea to develop this double project of education and sport. Krasnoyarsk wants to convey the FISU values, but also put the international spotlight on an unknown region. For Lev Kuznetsov, the governor of the Krasnoyarsk region, it was a big day.
It's very important for us to show to the all over the world what we mean, what our history, what our culture, and for all over the world to understand who are people who is living in Siberia. And it's the most important what we can do during this Universiade.
Siberia is huge, covering 77% of Russia's territory, but it has just 28% of Russia's population, some 40 million people, 1 million of whom live in Krasnoyarsk. The hope is that the Universiade will leave a significant legacy.
It's also a good example, good demonstration how the state could invest to the future, to the young generation, and give them a really feeling that they are part, the maybe most important part of the society. And through the sport again, we can create the mentality of the winners.
Russia has hosted the Universiades twice, in Moscow in 1973 and just a few months ago in Kazan. An ambitious budget of more than 1,140 million euros is being targeted for the Games of 2019.
The strong countries where the healthy people live. So what we need to do, of course, to do more sports. And this bid for Krasnoyarsk in 2019, of course, it's basically to bring the celebration of the youth sports into our own country.
The Summer Universiade of 2019 will be held in Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. The last time the country staged the Games was back in 1963 at Porto Alegre. The FISU president, Claude Louis Gallian, had this to say about the selection. What's really good with Brazil is that it's a subcontinent. It's enormous. The fact that Brasilia will organize the Universiade it's more than a sports event. A base is created not only for the development of university sports in Brazil, but if you like, for the whole region of South America. Brasilia is located in the country's central highlands, A budget of almost 740 million euros has been allocated for the organization of the Games, and Brasilia is hoping to lay on something of a party. Well, you know, the strong points of Brasilia are the welcome, the joy, the atmosphere we have in this country. We really want to organize a beautiful event.
Tenho certeza que, do ponto de vista da organização dos Jogos, nós vamos fazer
And concerning the investment, we have to do, well, we're benefiting from what's being done for the Football World Cup and the Olympic Games.
Pronto por conta da Copa do Mundo e Olimpíada.
The Summer Universiade will leave a most valuable legacy for the city and the Federal District of Brasilia, and represents an important opportunity to promote university sports in Brazil.
Esse é o maior legado da nossa candidatura.
We particularly want sport to really have a more important part in education. That is crucial. Because in Brazil, sport takes place only in clubs. Sport must become a more important part of the university.
Como base de formação, não só de atletas, mas da nossa sociedade por completo.
The concept, the power of the body and mind, will enable students from all over the world to have an unforgettable experience. With the help of the former Universiade and Olympic champion in long jump, Modern Maggie. Thanks to my experience of 3 Olympic Games and 2 Universiades, I hope I can contribute to improve the stay of the athletes, the venues and the welcome of the athletes. I'll certainly do as much as I can to help us host the athletes in the best possible way. The FISU Executive Committee have also announced the selection of the many venues of the 2016 World University Championships. The championships give a city, and often a university, a chance of hosting a major sporting event without being rich or big.
We have 33 sports. They will be hosted in 24 countries over 4 continents. This time, Africa will not host the championships, but in 2014, Africa is also part of it. And we are more than happy that the North and South America came back to the FISU program by hosting 6 or even 7 World University Championships in Mexico, in the United States, in Brazil. This is a great success.
The World University Championships is something of a sports laboratory for FISU. 2014 will see 29 events in 24 countries, and we'll have the best of them on campus. The visit of the University Games torch relay in Lausanne at the FISU headquarters coincided with the opening of the annual conference City Events. With more than 250 participants, the event was once again the place to be, where cities meet sports.
City Event est un événement qui a été conçu il y a 4 ans.
City Events is a new movement. It was created 4 years ago between FISU and GL Events. We realized there's a demand from cities to meet international federations and to understand a little bit better how it's possible to organize events, to define the size of an event, to have a look at how each city could organize such a big sporting occasion. City Events, a unique platform, an opportunity to share information, knowledge and experience to help each other to run sports events in the future. Next month on campus, the program will be devoted to the Winter Universiade in Trentino. The best of the action with reports from our campus team. And Eurosport will cover the games live between December the 11th and the 21st. That was campus. Until next time.
You touch, it tells. T-Touch 2 Diamonds. Tactile technology. TISO.